Hi there everyone, this is Tracy from Lavinia Stamps and welcome to another demonstration. We are going to be creating this lovely card using our fabulous corner stamps and of course our lovely archway and the inner door. The corner stamps I just think work so well. You know when you're just faced with a blank piece of card and you just don't know where to begin. Well, these lovely corners take that worry away. So you can build up that foliage all around. You can blend over the top with your stencil brush and your colours. And it just creates this scene where you're looking through into something. Okay, let's make a start. So I have used a combination of acrylic sprays and the mica mists on this. So I'm going to start by just adding a little bit of colour. These are great for an instant background. So we're going to start with the yellow. This is sun yellow. Pop that down and a little bit of the green. Now I know this looks really bright, but you know we'll soon be adding lots of other colours to it, so you'll get a sense of depth. And the good thing about this is while it's wet we can also spray a little bit of water on just to get a little bit more movement. Even though the acrylic sprays, once they dry, they're set, but the mica sprays, because they're water-based, they will move. Okay, so when they're mixed with the acrylics, I think they work so well together, and you can still get that little bit of movement with the acrylics. So I'm going to dry that off. So without much effort at all, you've got that lovely colourful background with a sort of strip of mica coming through there as well. So make sure that's completely dry, and now we're going to stamp our corners onto the card. This is watercolour card, by the way, I forgot to say before. So I'm inking up in the Nocturne. And then we're going to just lining that up and give that a good press down, because you're stamping onto watercolour cards, so you do need to be a little bit patient and just let that ink soak in. You can get all that lovely fine detail. Okay, so I don't know whether you can see that there. Isn't that great? So instantly you've got that lovely foliage going on down the bottom there. So I'm going to do another one on that side as well. I'm trying to line that centre bit up as much as I can where that joins, but don't worry if you don't, because we're going to be stamping some leaves over the top anyway, just to soften that edge. And there we go. I might actually take that and do the top as well, so you can see exactly what I mean by looking through at that focal point, which is our doorway. And there we go. And now we've got our little leaf stamp, and I'm going to ink up in the Twilight. So I'm literally just going to dot these around and join up the edges. It doesn't look too harsh then. Just by stamping off, you can see it gives us that depth as well. You can see how easy is that. And then you just put your focal point in the middle there, which is our doorway. So I'm going to ink up in the Nocturne now. Make sure that you've got that stamp completely covered. And then pop that down in the middle there. Just remember to keep that pressure on for a bit though, just so we can get that detail. There we go. And now we've got our inner door. I'm going to ink up in the Twilight. It's actually quite nice. I've tried it on a few other cards, inking up different colours, colour doorways to go in the centre. So line that up, make sure that you've got a nice clean Perspex block, and that way you can line it up much easier. And there it is. That's actually worked out really well in the end. So we're going to add a little bit of colour around the edge there now as well. So I am going to go back to the Twilight, and I'm just going to bring in a little bit more foliage around that doorway. Okay, I'm just giving it some movement like that so it doesn't look too repetitive. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of the pencils now, and I'm going to add a little bit of colour, a little bit of depth around the edge. Just by giving it a little bit of depth, it makes it more three-dimensional. Now, if you don't like these particular colours, if you prefer another one, then of course give it a go. You can't help go towards the colours that you're pulled to, can you? So, okay, so I've got my Posca pen now. I'm going to just highlight certain areas, just follow those lines. And you can see how much that pulls that image out just by adding that little bit of white, highlighting certain areas. Just makes it pop. So I've got my paintbrush here. Because the pencils are all water soluble, I'm just going to soften that area down here. Might do a little bit on the doorway as well. So we are nearly done. I'm going to use a Posca pen now and just create a few little orbs. If we concentrate on putting the orbs over the darker areas, they'll stand out much clearer. Put a few little orange ones in as well. And then let's add some of the white Posca just inside those orbs. It makes all the difference, really does make them stand out. I've got dark denim, and all I'm going to do now is grab a stencil brush and add a little bit of depth to these corners. So when we do that, it does pull your eye into the centre again. That's it, it's really that easy just to frame it, you know, you have already framed it with that lovely stamp. So it makes it so much easier just to add a little bit of colour over those corners. I think we need a little bit of glitter. And then we're pretty much good to go. Some down there as well, and there it is. So that's the one I did before, and this is the one I've done after, and all it is because it was a slightly taller card, I thought I'd take those corners at the top so you can see what you can actually do with these fabulous corners. And there we go. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me again today. You take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.